I'm Mark with VolunteerMatters, and we help purpose-driven organizations develop extraordinary volunteer programs. Before working with SimpleTiger, some of the biggest challenges we had on lead development were we really didn't have much of a strategy. We were doing a lot of by word of mouth, conferences, and then some paid ads, but we really didn't have the in-house expertise in order to come up with a cohesive strategy to say what's now, what's next, what's in the future. Really the strategic element combined with the tactical aspects of setting up those different campaigns. We've actually contracted with a number of firms in the past to do this. So unfortunately, those experiences did not go well. So we really hesitated to outsource to anybody because the services we had received in the past were so substandard that it felt like trying just to do our best on our own was the better course of action. We decided to work with SimpleTiger because we actually met them. So we were at a conference where they were there, both founders were there, and we had an amazing conversation with them. And they were immediately, there was a level of trust that we were able to establish with them. Also, their affiliation with SaaS Academy gave it a lot of weight. And just actually, we sat in on a seminar and everything that they said just clicked. It just all really made sense to us. And so sometimes that's all it takes to instill some sort of confidence. So we decided to give them a shot. The things that stood out to me about SimpleTiger were their communication skills, the fact that they could actually define what our goals were, set a plan in place with demonstrable milestones, regular meetings where we can communicate progress, where things were working, where things weren't working. So as an example, when we first got started with them, we had a plan in place that we were going to go forward with, and they were constantly tweaking that. In actuality, we took like a big left turn at one point because we said, oh, this wasn't going where we were expecting it to go, so we're going to take a little bit of a turn. Again, all of these things completely made sense after we defined what our end goals were and what the path was to get there. I think that all of the adjustments we've been making along the way are the biggest difference. A lot of the times in the past, the reason why my relationships with past providers like this didn't work is because they just kept doing the same thing and expecting somehow better results. We did have a challenge at the beginning. We started with putting some ads out there and seeing how the ads performed. And one of the things we realized is that we were directing certain types of traffic to our site and it wasn't converting once they got there. SimpleTiger suggested some changes to our website. So we ended up moving resources and our energies over to a website redesign, layout changes, a new platform, faster platform, updating our messaging first. And we saw an increase in traffic, increase in natural SEO search results first, and then we were able to move into the pay-per-click when it made more sense. The impact to us has been pretty significant since working with them. We weren't even ranked on the first, I don't think we were the first 1,000 search results in the main term that we were looking for. And one of our biggest issues in the space is people don't know that we exist, even though we've been around for a very long time. And so in a very short amount of time, we are now like the 14th ranked response for our main keyword search. And generally speaking, just from a strategic standpoint, we have so much confidence in where we're going and what our plan is for a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. So that confidence is probably the biggest difference. I find their ability to communicate a plan to be unique. You would think that this is something that you should get with any provider that's out there, but to be able to actually articulate goals that we have as a business, translate that into a plan of action surrounding marketing, SEO, pay-per-click, website development, content strategy is actually pretty hard to find. And so you get sort of this strategic element, not just the tactical. And in other cases, when we tried to outsource, we found that we're only getting tactical and the strategic is left up to us. And quite honestly, we don't have that capability in-house. So that overall big picture thinking is the thing we really value most highly. My recommendation for anybody considering SimpleTiger is to just do it because they will demonstrate results and they communicate often and they have specific milestones and reporting that they can give back to you to show that what they're doing is working. And when it doesn't work, they're not afraid to tell you that it's not. And they would suggest a different tack in order to make it work. Just start and you're not putting much at risk because they're high caliber people that are highly trustworthy as well.